What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today's video will be on the top 5 worst characters in Naruto Blazing. But before we start off, I wanted to get this out there so we can get this, achievement. But pretty much what's going on here is that on their Facebook, the official Naruto Blazing Facebook, if we hit 30,000 likes, we get 5 ninja pearls. And there's like more to it depending on the shares, likes, whatever. So be sure to go on the Facebook, gives us like, so extra 5 pearls, you never know where it might come in handy. But aside from that, I'm going to be just giving a reminder every single video, as much as I remember to, is that if you're going to buy anything off Play Asia, any game, any codes, whether it's JP iTunes or like Android, like JP codes or PlayStation codes or Tekken 7 or anything of the sort, be sure to use my link down below just to enter the website, and then you can proceed on buying whatever you want to buy. Because if I can show Play Asia that enough people use my link, then we can get that partnership. We can do things like giveaways and stuff like that. So moving on to the actual video, let's start off with number 5. So, starting off at number 5, we have Suigetsu Hozuki. The demon lives on. This guy, pretty bad. So, let's see why. We got max HP 1530, that doesn't seem too bad. Max attack 1244, doesn't seem that bad either, but it's when you look at the range, short range. Holy shit, that's pretty trash. So, short range should typically be in my opinion, upwards of like 1600 attack. And for those of you who don't understand why, it's simply because the way the ranges work is that the smaller range you have, the higher overall stats you have, and larger range you have less stats, simply because it doesn't matter as much for HP, but for attack, if you have a longer range, you can hit more things consistently. So you need to have less attack so that you're on even footing with the short range people. That's why like One Tail Naruto, Rock Lee, Wisdom Naruto have like they're like 2400, 2700 attack. That's because on average they're hitting less people. So the fact that he has like stats that are like less than every like long range unit in the game pretty much is pretty garbage. His field skill isn't bad. His buddy skill is just straight up useless, and then his for 5 and 10 chakra, his multipliers are pretty bad. So that's what puts Suigetsu at number 5. So moving on to number 4, we have Sasori, the Phantom Castle Sasori that just came out. So this Sasori was a really anticipated Sasori, like everyone was looking forward to it ever since we started hitting Shippuden to begin with. They're like, oh, Puppet Master Sasori is gonna be amazing. Just they can go crazy within vast range, whatever they want, yada yada. Well, as you can see from the stats, 1018 HP, 1084 attack, long range. So he isn't, it's not like, it's like lower than Suigetsu, but he does have the long range aspect. But that's not like the biggest problem. It's just that on top of that, he has 6 and 12 chakra and no damage. Like 12 chakra for an AoE that does like 8,000 damage is not good. Like most people or most units in this game that have an AoE first jutsu can do roughly like between like 6 to 10,000 damage on their normal jutsu AoE, right? And it doesn't even have any like slip damage or anything on his ultimate jutsu. His first jutsu is like, you wouldn't even use him for his ultimate jutsu. You would just use his first jutsu. That's it. Like that's the only reason you'd have him, is just for his first jutsu. Literally it. So, and if you guys don't know, this Sasori is currently only out in JP, and will be out next Phantom Castle for us in Global. But there you have it. Pretty trash. He has pretty bad dupe abilities as well. So there's like no reason to get more than one copy of him unless you don't like the 60 cost or 68 cost. Then again, you're never gonna use him. Moving on to number 3. This is where it starts getting fun for me. Number 3, we got Jirobo Brute Strength. Oh yeah, this is like the first 6-star that you could farm, I'm pretty sure. Alright, this is like the first 99 farmable unit. And he was so bad that I just didn't get him to 99, right? Like, you had like Hero Blazing out here who had 99 Jirobo. Meanwhile, everyone else has got like 99 Luck Jiraiya's, and he's still using his 99 Luck Jirobo. Woo! Good stuff. But what makes him so bad? So the same reasons that I gave for Suigetsu, you have the attack at 1184. HP is fine, but the attack is just for a short range. Holy, that's so trash. Like, I just showed you guys, like, Sasori, right? Sasori had about, like, 100 less attack, but was long range. So just put it, if that's bad, just think about it, like, in this aspect. Like, how bad could it be if you just turn that into short range? Like, you just straight up garbage. And, like, for those of you who don't know, like, it's like, why is 1000 attack long range bad? Just look at Bravery Gara. He was the first, like, 6-star long range unit, and he had, like, 900 attack. So that was in like August, right? Now we're talking about it's June, and we're still getting long range units that have roughly those stats. So that's why you know it's bad. It's like they anti-power creeped with him. But either way, this is Jirobo. Holy, this guy tilts me. When he first, I instantly, if you can go back and watch some of my streams, like early streams, there'd be like, no Jirobos allowed. Like on my stream, like above my friend code, I would just write, no Jirobos allowed. So then anyone who sent me a friend request that had a Jirobo in there was just instantly gone, deleted. You ain't on my friends list. But what makes him so bad besides that, right? Well, you got the jutsus, 6 chakras, 5 turns, blocks up to 2000. I mean, that is so bad, right? Like, you got, like, Jesus Christ, you got like all the other barrier people, like Granny Chiyo or like Hinata's. They do like the same thing for like 4 chakra and like double the barrier. And then his ultimate jutsu does like 0 damage. So that's pretty much it. And he has like one good ability for his dupes, which is the boost attack. That's it. There's nothing else going for him. So that puts Jirobo at number 3. So number 2, what we gonna get? We're gonna get Jirobo's buddy, Kidomaru. Oh yeah, Kidomaru, the spider guy. This guy was like, first we saw Jirobo, we're like, yeah, free 6-star, he's gonna be so good, right? Like at that time when Jirobo came out, everyone was so happy, right? Because it's like, woo, free 6-star, we'll take whatever we get. And then Kidomaru came out, and they're like, oh no. And you gotta understand that at that time there was like 3 free 6-stars that you could get. It was Hashirama, Tobirama, and Jirobo. And then Kidomaru came out, and everyone was like, this guy's trash. Even though he was a free 6-star, and at that time, like I said, there was only like 3 6-stars farmable at all. Every other 6-star you had to have gotten from a banner. That was it. So when this guy came out, the fact that people took Jirobo in at that time, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, for a free unit, he'll do, you know, it's good that Bandai's giving us free. This, half the people just didn't give a shit about this Kidomaru. That's how bad he was. Right. So, what makes him even worse? Exactly the reasons that I gave for everything else. That attack. 848 long range. That is pretty sure that's less than Bravery Gara. And at that time, like, we're talking about, this is like at least half a year, or maybe a little less, like 5 months after Bravery Gara came out. But damn, was this trash. Like, he tickles. Like, you have long range 5-star units that have more damage than this guy. That's the sad part. And that are more useful. Like, I would just bring any 5-star unit over Kidomaru. There's literally no reason to bring a Kidomaru. And we can see from his first jutsu why. 45% chance to immobilize an enemy for 2 turns. You see that? That was game-breaking 2 turns, except the fact that you spent 6 chakra and you'd miss it more than you'd hit it. So, unless you had like technically speaking, but if you had like the final dupe, it'd be 55%. But damn, that was pretty garbage. Like, whew. And none of these are attack ups, which make it even more garbage. So, who could possibly be worse? And you guys, I'm pretty sure all of you could like, you guys knew from the start who this was gonna be. So, at number 1, the moment we've all been waiting for. One Tail Naruto. This unit is by far the worst unit in the game. Like, do you know what this unit does? Right? It doesn't matter what stats he has, doesn't matter what he does, like character wise. This is what I'm telling you, this is what he does. He takes a game that should be, he takes like a scrolls mission, right? That should be a total of 15 seconds long in multiplayer. And what he does, he changes that to a 10-minute scrolls run. Like, what other unit that you know can take a 15-second mission and make it into a 10-minute mission? None other than One Tail Naruto. There's no other unit in this game that makes, like, it goes like beyond comprehension, where he changes how long, like he's got like this like weird effect where he can just make any mission 10 times longer. And it's like nuts, right? Like, know that, like, we're talking about like characters with bad stats and stuff like that. This guy takes it to a new level. He adds like a third dimension into it. He has a time factor. So this is like real life stuff, right? Like all these other stuff we're talking about in game, like, oh yeah, he's got a digital number that's worse than this other guy's digital number. This guy takes away from your real life, right? Your life force. Like, that's how bad this guy actually impacts you in the real life. That's what makes him the worst character in the game. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Actually, I'm messing with you. You guys all know who the #1 worst character is. It's Shisui Uchiha. Holy shit. Damn, when this first 6-star came out as a Phantom Castle unit, Jesus Christ, we were like, is this it? Are you sure those are not his 3-star stats? Bandai? Hello? Hello? Woo! Someone donated. Not donated. Subscribed. Thank you, whoever did it at this time. But, damn. Like, first of all, like, he doesn't have like as bad of a problem with like the mid-range and this stat right over here, right? The 1174, as you've seen. Like the short range, like everyone that I showed is pretty much hovering around 1000 attack, which is pretty garbage. Like mid-range, if you want to be considered good or average, you should have like 1300 attack. If you want to be good, you should have like 1500. Like a mid-range unit with like 1500 attack is pretty good, right? But aside from that, field skill, not horrible, right? But the thing is, like, well, actually it's pretty garbage in a sense. It's actually completely garbage now that I think about it. Reduce damage from bravery enemies by 15 to 20%. The thing is, you have people like who just do this without the bravery part of it, and it's the same exact thing by 15 to 20%. It's not even that. It's like, it's just straight up like 20%, or like, no, it's like 20 to 25% or something like that. So there's people like, there's like Utakata. Of course he's blazing fast and everything, but just giving an example, but they just reduce all damage by like 20% to 25%, right? So the fact that he only reduces it from bravery, like, damn, that's useful like 4 out of 5 times. So 80% of the time, that is a useless field skill. Then buddy skill, that thing is like useless 99% of the time, so never need to worry about that. Then you got the 7 chakra, right? The highest cost chakra that we've seen in this game, right? Only certain select few people that Bandai hates gets this chakra, right? 7 chakra, 3.6 times multiplier. Well, damn. You got people who have like 3 chakra jutsus that do more damage than this guy does. That's the sad part, right? And then his ultimate jutsu, 14 chakra, 7.2 times attack. Like, damn, like you got people with like 4 chakra that do more damage than what this guy can do for his ultimate jutsu. That's how you know it's just straight up garbage. And the thing is, his final dupe ability is boost attack by 100. So if you wanted to make this slightly better, you'd have to have gotten top 100 in Phantom Castle for him to be slightly less garbage. Yeah. But that about covers it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was more of like a funny video type of thing. It's not like too serious. If you guys disagree with some of the other ones, like, oh no, I think Phantom Castle Sorcery is pretty good, let me know who you guys think is the top 5 worst character. And just so you guys know, I wasn't like completely like lying about this character. That shit I said was true. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace out.